The Sun's merger with powerbroker Pluto encourages you to let go of something, so you'll have more space for fresh opportunities. The ease with which this happens depends on how much resistance there is to releasing it. If you are too attached, you could wrestle with this matter for longer than is necessary. Aries. You might be experiencing a great deal of emotional confusion today. There is a debate brewing inside you that is having a hard time deciding whether to pursue the practical or the more fanciful. Looking to others for help may only add to the pot of confusion that is stewing on the back burner, so take other people's advice with a grain of salt. If nothing seems clear to you today, then wait out the storm and proceed when you have a better handle on the weather. Taurus. You might be experiencing a great deal of emotional confusion today. There is a debate brewing inside you that is having a hard time deciding whether to pursue the practical or the more fanciful. Looking to others for help may only add to the pot of confusion that is stewing on the back burner, so take other people's advice with a grain of salt. If nothing seems clear to you, then wait out the storm and proceed when you have a better handle on the weather. Gemini. Your artistic side may want to take to the airwaves in some way today. Perhaps you should consider constructing your own website or getting a spot on a local broadcast radio show. Your dreams need a vehicle for distribution. Give them the means to be dispersed to others. You have the ability to inspire a great many people. Take this ability seriously and make use of your creative talents. Cancer. It is important for you to tone things down a bit today. Relax and let someone else cook dinner for you tonight. If all you want to do tonight is hang out and be lazy, then by all means, you have every right. Let other people make their own choices and don't try to manipulate them into making everything happen your way. Things will fall into place naturally if you are willing to give up a bit of control. Leo. Something may be prodding you to take action today. It may be best if you beat them to it and just motivate yourself. Stay a step or two away from the branding iron and break away from the herd. Lead your own stampede to go wherever you want to go. It is quite likely that you will run into conflict regarding issues that you feel strongly on. People are likely to be quite stubborn, so prepare yourself for a stalemate. Virgo. There is no excuse for laziness today. Make sure you get out of bed before the sun sets. You will find that the more action you take, the happier you will be. Come out of your cave and express your thoughts to the people around you. Get out in the open air and listen to what the wind has to say. Be active and flexible. People's emotions are more on a surface level today, so keep things light and active. Libra. Keeping things in balance will be quite a challenge for you today. You are likely to find that there is conflict brewing in your world that doesn't seem to want to be resolved. This is fine. Do not pressure the issues. You may find that the best solution is to simply escape into the clouds and come back to earth when the storm has settled. There is no need in trying to untangle the knots if they simply do not want to budge. Scorpio. Right now you could feel breathless. Your day probably started with 100 things happening at once. It could take you the rest of the day to sort them all out. Write things down if you are starting to forget important tasks. The best thing would be to prepare a to-do list. Definitely make sure that you return important phone calls. Sagittarius. You may find that freedom is a core issue for you today, and that you are yearning to break away from a situation that has been dragging you in for quite some time now. It could be that you have continued to play your part in a certain role that was developed for you during your childhood. Circumstances regarding your family led you to behave in such a way as a defense mechanism, and now you know of no other way to act. Shed this fade. Capricorn. Today you could be in a very communicative mood. You have quite the gift of the gab when you want to. You are capable of talking someone's ears off if you're not careful. Make sure that your audience is attentive and that they're not nodding off. Don't try to get too chummy with people in authority. Your boss might not appreciate your naughty jokes today. And that prestigious client might object to personal comments about his shoe brand or hairstyle. Aquarius. Your feelings may surprise you today. You may discover that emotional breakthroughs are possible when you really focus on the true cause of your feelings. Let down your defenses and expose your sensitive side to the light. Like a fair-skinned child on the beach on the first day of summer, you will need to wear sunscreen at first, but as your body acclimates, your skin will toughen up. You will be able to expose your sensitive nature without having to establish walls that don't allow the sunlight to get through.